Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. My name is Norman, also known as King Julian. So, I just got off the live stream with rgjtrains, Rob and Grace, and we're going to get into doing a little bit of building here, but I wanted to say this. If y'all haven't checked out rgjtrains, go check them out. Rob and Grace are some absolutely beautiful couple. They have done a lot for the community, not just as train-wise, but also surrounding communities such as firefighters, police officers, first responders, military. They have done just an absolute lot for a lot of people, and they do a lot for their subscribers too. And I mean, their live stream is superb, one of the best ones in the industry I've seen, and I enjoy going on there. I love talking to them. They're just absolutely wonderful people. So go check them out, and go check them out. Watch what they're doing. Grace does a lot of modeling. Rob and them, they get along great. It's funny, it gets hilarious at times, and it doesn't matter whether you model an O scale, G, double O, HO, S, whatever it is. They accept everybody, and they model in double O over there in Britain. And yes, they are a British channel. You can also find them on Facebook at rgjtrains on Facebook as well. So check them out. Great people. I truly believe that y'all will enjoy the channel. They're good people. So today we're going to be working on this little guy. This is the King Kepner Wrench lease unit. Yes, the KKRLU. Some people have asked me what happened to the metallic blue I was working with. Well, I've still worked with the metallic blue, but that's more of a cattle train. It's more of a modern day take on the cattle industry. So with the King Kepner Wrench Railroad, when I started, kind of doing some my own modeling and doing my own model railroading, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to make it as like a cattle baron's fantasy, if you will. So the train is made up of primarily a modern day take on everybody, or as far as the cattle industry goes, with articulated cattle cars, cattle baron's car, the sleeper, the cars for the crew, the feed and tack car, the water tank, all that. That was all designed for a specific reason. And so I was like, you know what, if you had your own railroad, well, what if you had like some other things you did? Now y'all have seen on the channel where I've had a true O-scale reefer car I repainted for the King Kepner Ranch in black and gray because it was refrigerated. So that was to identify that it was refrigerated, an early take. We did another one that was in a two-tone brown. It was kind of a tan and brown. That was my son's build. And the first time in a long time I've really done a skeleton car. And what I mean by skeleton is I built the framing for the car and then sheathed it. So that would be like an earlier version of the King Kepner Ranch, cars before everything became unified. So like with this car, well, not this car, but this powered shell unit, this would be considered a lease unit. It's completely different color than what the King Kepner Ranch colors became. So this would be identified as a lease unit, even with the LU on it. That would always be, didn't matter where it was at, it was easily identified. Now the coloring on it, yes, let some light in there. Yes, the coloring on it is a dark forest green. I don't know why I did that color, but it just seemed like, okay, why not? It's different. Almost kind of the Southern Crescent colors, or a British color, but I'm happy with it. So, before we get into some other stuff here, sorry about that. Okay, so if you got a Walmart close to you and you need to get some glue, which right now I'm not close to Hobby Lobby, so I just picked up a cheap bottle of Gorilla Glue, super glue to do this project with. Not much at all. It's like $3. Machina Square. Now, I got several things I'm going to show you right now. This is my second Machina Square. The other one's at the house. Walked off and left it, so it's required me to get another one. You can go to Menards.com, even for and order them. I think online they're actually maybe $1 cheaper online, but in the store this was $8. Okay, and these are very heavy duty built. They are Machina Squares. They have been a lifesaver building. So if you got one or close to a Menards, if you don't, go to Menards.com and you can order them from there. Just put in Machina Square, they will pop up, find the one you want, order it, they'll ship it to you. For my overseas subscribers, I've been told Menards will ship out of state, out of the US. So if you're over there and you want to check out the prices, I just kind of want to check out some of their O gauge or their HO trains, go to their website, pull it up. It's menards.com, and have it shipped out. I've been told they will, so just make sure, send them an email if you're from another country and need to have it shipped in. Just make sure you send them that email first. Walked off, left this little important guy right here, pocket ruler. $3. 6-inch ruler, $3. All from Menards. Poplar squares. Now they also have these in other sizes as well, but I picked this particular size up for this project that we're working with right now. This is 3/4 by half, or 3/4 by 12 inch, sorry. Normally I do 1/4 by 1/4 because I use that on the Menards track to produce my railroad ties, or in other countries would be called rail sleepers. Very, very cool. This stuff's worked out really nice, okay? And it's very cheap. This whole pack right here was $4. And I was going to buy just a single piece, but I wound up getting less when I looked at the rod than I would have if I just bought this. How much less would I've gotten? About 6 inches. So I figured more bang for my buck. That's what I like doing, more bang for my buck, even if I got to modify it myself. Okay, now this piece of wood right here, which is 3/16 by 3, this was actually bought at Hobby Lobby. For those of you, again, who are overseas, you can go on to hobbylobby.com. You can order this type of wood, 1/4 inch, whatever sizes you want, you can order it and have it shipped to your country. It may take a little while to get there, depending on customs, but you should be able to get it pretty easily. Alright. And this one was $3.49. I actually picked this up like 2 weeks ago with my son on the truck. It's been sitting here on the truck since then. Alright, so let's do a little bit of building here. Now I do got my Dremel with me, which has got ease cutting, but I got to make some modifications real quick. Originally I was going to put screws back in here, but it ain't going to be powered. Good thing I like about this 6-inch rulers from Menards, not only does it have the inches on it, but it's also got the centimeters and millimeters on here. So it's on both sides, on this side right here, and on this side's the inches. So either way, it's still winning. Okay. So we're looking at right up at 2 1/4 inches wide to be able to create the bottom for this. Let's see now. Where did I put my pencil at? Don't want to use a pen. Ah, there it is. All right. I did. Yeah, I gotta go find my livery fill. That's all right. We'll just go back to the old school method. Pen works wonders too. All right, so we got it marked right there. Come up here and say hi to everybody. You say hi to everybody? No, this is not something for you to chew on. You done ate up a pair of tennis shoes. Yes, he ate my tennis shoes. So, now we're going to do it this way. Just want to kind of get a rough base on a mark. Since I don't have my long ruler with me, should be about 15 inches, roughly. So we're going to do that. But I got to make a cut here because I need to get into that little location. Hi, Loki. You gonna say hi to everybody? Now, I could cut this with my X-Acto blade, but that would take forever and a day. know what? Where's my Dremel at? Where'd I put it at? And yes, I'm lounging around with sweatpants today. We're going to make quick work of this. Best 1.5 minutes I've ever spent. All right. I got some stuff I can clean that edge up with, so not too worried about that right now. But right now, I just want to get the first line marked. Now, as long, like with this piece right here being 3 inches wide, as long as you're doing 2 1/4, 2 1/2, you should have between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch on your line. Yes, 3/4. Good thing I like about quarter scope. Have I made a few mistakes here and there? Oh yeah, who hasn't? Finish drawing your line. Alright, so alright, well, we're going to take the Dremel, cut it right down here. Then we'll go into doing a part 2 on this video where this gets mounted to this. And that should, other than a little minor cleanup, should make everything work pretty good. So let's get this done real quick, and then I'll do a part 2 video. Poplar wood can sometimes be a pain in the butt to cut. Don't get me wrong, I like the poplar wood. It's easy to work with. Most of the time. Okay. So this is now cut. I will take a sanding disc and go across this right here, clean this all up. But this will now fit right in here. I'll make some minor adjustments. This will go in here, and then I'll have to cut a piece out of this to use as a bolster to go on the trucks. So we'll do that on the next video. We'll do that on part 2, and then we'll just go from there, okay? See you on the next video here shortly. As always, keep the shiny side up, rubber down. See you on the next video. Y'all take it easy.